Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if there was a hidden treasure among your everyday coins? Sometimes, an ordinary-looking coin can hold more value than you think, and today, we are diving into one such coin, the 1969's Lincoln cent. It might appear to be just another penny, but this particular coin holds a fascinating place in the world of numismatics. Let's take a closer look at its design, history, and why some of these coins are considered incredibly valuable. Starting with the design, the obverse of the 1969's Lincoln cent features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right. This iconic image was designed by Victor David Brenner and has appeared on the 1 cent coin since 1909, celebrating the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Above Lincoln's head is the motto "In God We Trust," to the left is the word liberty, and to the right is the year 1969, followed by the S mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo that was introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. The reverse also includes the phrases United States of America and E pluribus unum along the top, and 1 cent at the bottom. If you look closely at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, you might even spot a tiny figure of the Lincoln statue inside, a small but intricate detail. Now let's get into the history of the 1969's Lincoln cent. While millions were produced for circulation, a small number of these coins became famous due to a rare and dramatic mint error, the doubled die obverse. In these rare examples, the letters and numbers on the front of the coin, such as Liberty, the motto, and the date, appear to have a clear and noticeable doubling effect. This is not a result of post-mint damage but rather an error during the hubbing process, where the coin die was impressed more than once out of alignment. Only a few dozen of these doubled die coins are known to exist, making them extremely rare and highly valuable. What makes them even more exciting is that in 1969, the U.S. Secret Service mistakenly confiscated some of these rare coins, believing they were counterfeit. Eventually, it was confirmed that they were legitimate mint errors, but by then, some had already been destroyed, making surviving examples even more scarce. In terms of composition, the 1969's cent is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. This copper composition was standard until 1982, when the mint switched to copper-plated zinc cents due to rising metal costs. As for value, most 1969's Lincoln cents in circulated condition are only worth face value or a few cents to collectors. However, if you are lucky enough to find a genuine 1969's doubled die obverse cent, you could be holding onto a small fortune. These coins have sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. One such coin even sold for over $100,000. It's crucial to have any suspected doubled die coins authenticated by a reputable grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. There are many counterfeits and machine doubling examples out there that may look similar but are not true doubled dies. For collectors, even a regular 1969's Lincoln cent in mint state can be worth more than face value. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can sell for a few dollars, and proof versions from San Francisco's proof sets are also popular among collectors. So, should you keep your 1969's Lincoln cents? Definitely. Whether you're checking for a doubled die or just keeping coins in great condition, this year and mint mark combination is always worth a closer look. It's a part of American coinage history and a symbol of how even the smallest coins can sometimes tell the biggest stories. To wrap it up, the 1969's Lincoln cent is more than just a penny. From its classic design and historical context to the thrilling hunt for one of the rarest double die errors in U.S. coinage, It's a coin that every collector should know about. Check your change, examine your old coin jars, and who knows, maybe you'll stumble upon a numismatic treasure. Today, we're diving into the 1969's Jefferson nickel, a coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but holds a unique place in U.S. coinage history. From its iconic design to its minting background and potential collector value, this coin is worth a closer look. The obverse, or front, of the 1969's Jefferson nickel showcases the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This design was created by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag and has been a mainstay on the 5-cent piece since 1938. Above Jefferson's head is the national motto "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty followed by a small star, and to the right is the year 1969 and the S mint mark, indicating it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. On the reverse side, we see Jefferson's home, Monticello. The building's classic neoclassical structure is captured in fine detail. Above it is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Below the building is the name Monticello, and at the bottom, the denomination 5 cents and United States of America. Now, a bit about the minting and historical context. The 1969's nickel was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning to a greater reliance on mechanical production and quality control. The San Francisco Mint, typically known for proof coins, produced regular business strike nickels that year for circulation. That makes 1969's nickels somewhat distinct, as in later years the San Francisco Mint focused almost exclusively on proof coins. The 1969's Jefferson nickel was made of a cupronickel alloy 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, the standard for U.S. nickels since 1866. The total mintage was about 123 million, so while it isn't a rare coin in terms of numbers, its value depends heavily on condition and specific features. Speaking of condition, circulated examples of the 1969's nickel are generally worth face value. However, if you have one in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could fetch a small premium from collectors. A nickel graded MS65 can be worth between 2 to 10 depending on the market. High-grade examples, especially those with sharp details and full steps on the Monticello building, are particularly desirable. Now, what do we mean by full steps on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel? The steps leading up to Monticello are often incomplete due to weak strikes. Coins that show all 5 or 6 steps clearly and without interruption are considered full steps nickels and are significantly more valuable. A 1969's with full steps in MS66 or MS67 condition can be worth over 100 to the right buyer. As for error coins, there are not many well-known varieties or minting mistakes from this year, but collectors still look out for minor anomalies like die cracks, off-center strikes, or double strikes. Any unusual feature can increase a coin's value, particularly when authenticated by a professional grading service. If you come across a proof version of the 1969's nickel, those are also worth checking. Proof coins were struck with greater care and have mirror-like finishes. They were included in proof sets sold to collectors. While proof coins aren't rare, high-grade examples with deep cameo contrast can fetch a premium. So, should you hold onto your 1969's nickels? Absolutely, especially if they're in great condition or have full steps. Even if they're not worth hundreds, they're a snapshot of American history and a piece of the long legacy of Jefferson nickels. Plus, the joy of collecting often comes from the hunt and the story behind each coin. To wrap it up, the 1969's Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even common coins can become collectibles. With a strong design, historical significance, and potential value for those in top condition, this nickel has earned its spot in the world of coin enthusiasts. So the next time you find a nickel in your pocket, take a moment to look closer, it might just surprise you. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1969 Jefferson nickel, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes. Got a coin you want us to cover next? Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting.